What's going on? What's happening? Y'all already know what it is. So, I'm upset. And it's because I seen gameplay of Sonic Forces. And the reason this is troubling for me is because when I seen that game, when I first heard about the game and I seen it, that and the fact that Sonic Mania was coming out, which is basically like a recreation of the Genesis games, not a full remake, even though there was some stages that were remade. It's basically, technically, you can call it a new game. But anyway, back to Sonic Forces. I seen Sonic Forces gameplay, and I had high hopes for that game. Somewhat. I think after I started seeing more and more gameplay, or after I started seeing like possibly what it would entail, then I was like, okay, I got like, I guess you can call it average, or just like, okay, this game might be good. But when I first seen it, I had high hopes. And the fact that they were throwing in customization, which is like every what do you call it? Every Sonic fan's dream, for the people out there that create like their own custom characters on Google and YouTube and shit like that, and got their own lore and shit. You can create your own character. So it was good. But I watched gameplay of it, and as I looked through the footage and looked through the gameplay and looked through the story, I'm damn disappointed in that game. I'm damn disappointed. And a lot of it is because, as y'all know, and as like the Sonic fans know, and things like that, when they put out trailers and they put out gameplay for this game, they presented it as a game that would cater to the people who loved the gameplay of Sonic Generations, mainly because the main two gameplays we were seeing, most of the gameplay we were seeing was gameplay of Sonic, or I guess you can call him current gen Sonic, and then classic Sonic, which was kind of like a okay, cool, because Generations was actually a really a thoroughly good game. I don't know like what I'd rate it, just going off the top of my head, but inside and out, it was a good packaged game. Sonic Forces, no, because they presented it as being something that would, I guess you'd say, rival the success of that, and it turned out being a completely different game. Even Bean thinks so. We were going through this shit last night. We were sitting here and we were like, what? Cause I was trying to think to myself, what is it about this game that seems off? Because I was watching gameplay trailers, or not gameplay trailers, but I was watching gameplay of it on a stream. And it just right off the bat, when you look, you're like, okay, something's off about this game. It's not really a good game. And I initially thought it was because of the character customization. Because for some reason, it's not the fact that the character customization is weird. It's when you go in to make your character, the graphics on that seem way like down-toned compared to the actual gameplay of the game itself. And it just seems it's not underperforming, I guess you could say underwhelming compared to what Sonic has done in the past before. But I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, what in the hell is it? Is it the gameplay? Is it the graphics? Because when you really look at it, like discounting the story and things like that, because I mean at this point in Sonic games, minus like a certain few, story is like blah. It's just almost like watching another episode of like 4Kids TV Sonic, or like Sonic Boom on whatever channel it's on right now. But I was looking and I was like, essentially this is the same game as Generations, or even same gameplay of Unleashed. But then I thought to myself, and then I actually went in and I looked at videos and shit, and I was like, you know what? That's where you're wrong. Because it's not. Close, when you, at face value, if you look at it, it is. It looks like the same game as Generations. But when you go in and you actually check out gameplay of Unleashed, Generations, and Sonic Forces, and you put them side by side and you compare them, not the same game at all. Not the same game at all. And that's where the game seems off, and that's where the game goes wrong. And then not to mention, oh God, you know what? I'll save all that. We'll get into that later. So Boskov, you say Sonic Generations, or fuck, excuse me, Sonic Forces wasn't a good game. Well, what about it? Go into details a little bit more. Give us the juice, right? Well, other than the gameplay, we'll get to the gameplay later. First thing you notice is the music. That's what I first noticed. Because the music in the previous games that this game is obviously trying to compare itself to were pretty goddamn good. And I listened to it, and it's like you don't know what it's doing. You don't know what it's trying to do as far as the music goes. I went so far as to call this shit pop step last night. I said, because it's like everybody's trying to do this this goddamn dubstep theme now, and it's not even dubstep. It's just pop step. It sounds like pop music infused with dubstep, which is not a good look for Sonic games. It never will be, and it never has been. That's not what Sonic games has been about as far as the music. The graphics, as far as like telling the story and everything, when you put this game side by side comparison to another game, the closest comparison you could have is this game is more for Sonic Boom players. If you're a Sonic Boom fan and you like those type of games and you like the TV show, this game is definitely for you. It damn sure ain't for me. When it comes to the cinematics, as far as like the main story and things like that, Sega team, Sonic team, whatever the fuck team, it is okay to go back to Sonic 06 cinematic graphic storytelling. Because although that game was fucking disgusting as far as gameplay goes, as far as cinematics, that and Sonic, what was it? Sonic Unleashed had the best storytelling cinematics as far as like the cinematic scenes, the scenes you know. Were not supposed to be a part of the story. Those games were good. I mean, it's positives and negatives to everything. As far as Sonic 06, that's the best part about it. Had the best scenes in there, regardless of the bestiality. We don't worry about that. Everybody got their niche, right? So, cinematics were off. What else did I say was off? The story was rushed. Now, I didn't touch this game myself. I've looked at gameplay, I've looked at streams. But the story seems rushed, and that looks to be the case with the rest of the reviews and things like that when people are reviewing this game. It's just like you cut from one scene and then you go to another without any, like, I don't know, I guess in between or filler. I know a lot of people don't like filler. But in certain games, filler can be nice. Filler can be a good additive to give us more information, to make the story seem a little bit more 3D instead of it feeling like rushed hogwash, should I say. I don't know, the main thing that, like, I really, and it's not even a character customization. I think character customization is a good, it's something new. I like when Sonic games try to do something new, like when they did the Werehog in Unleashed. That worked for the game. I don't know what it was about that game, but everything, the way it was packaged, the way it was presented, it worked well. Even though they give you the option to wear Crocs and Uggs on your damn character, I think the customization is it's pretty good. You got a lot of Sonic fans out there, a lot of fan art, that's what you call it. Got a lot of fan art out there that like Sonic the Hedgehog, that like to create their own character. This was something nice. I don't know why the graphics on the character customization screen are downscaled, but that's the negative about that. I don't know what's up with that. You guys should definitely look into that. They should definitely look into that when it comes to character customization. Because if you're going to add it, okay, cool. If not, okay, cool. It's not something that's needed, but it's not something that necessarily needs to be taken out. But the biggest thing, because I really was sitting and wondering, and then like I said before, you can be fooled if you look at that surface value. You can say, oh, this is just like Sonic Generations, and with the regular Sonic, it's like Sonic Unleashed. It's not. If you take, I don't know if I probably won't put comparison in this video here, but if you take those videos, or if you take gameplay of those videos, if you analyze them closely, Unleashed, Generations, and Forces, you can see that they're not at all. Even in Forces, the gameplay between Classic Sonic and the gameplay between just the gameplay between Little Sonic and Big Sonic, they're the same. They're not supposed to be the same. In Generations, the whole point of having Classic Sonic and having Big Sonic was you can feel the differences between the two gameplay. When you played as Classic Sonic, it felt like you were playing a 2D. You felt like you were playing classic Sonic games in a 3D world. And then with the Big Sonic gameplay, it was, okay, I'm playing gameplay that was remodeled after Unleashed gameplay, which was good. In Sonic Forces, you don't get that. So it's kind of like almost, I don't see the point of why they even had the option to play as Classic Sonic, other than for some reason the story. I didn't read too much into the story. I just watched the Twitch stream for the gameplays. But it's almost kind of pointless to have Classic Sonic there, because the whole point of having Classic Sonic before was to get that classic feel. In this game, when you play as both Sonics, they feel like the same gameplay. There's nothing different about them. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you have the game, go back and play it. If you even got a chance, just fucking rent it and play it for yourself. That's a good game. But overall, the gameplay was mediocre. That's the word that I'm looking for. Not underwhelming, mediocre compared to what we know the Sega team and Sonic team can do. And it's disappointing too, because Mania was such a goddamn good game. I still haven't even got a chance to play it. Goddamn great game. And we get mediocre gameplay. But like I said, once again, if you like Sonic Boom, or if you like any of the other Sonic games like that, that game is definitely for you. Or I was thinking to myself, and Panini, I was like, this is a game that's for children. This game is made for children. I would recommend it to any kid out there. Because in my book, Sonic the Hedgehog is always a great play for me, if the gameplay is good. It's not even the fact that this game had a lack of different of various amount of enemies. There was like a lack of enemies in a lot of stages. But if you pay attention to the past two good Sonic games, which I'm gonna, in my book, when I think about Sonic, Unleashed and I think about Sonic Generations, I can say those games are probably my two of my favorite games in the Sonic like pantheon or universe out there, whatever the hell you want to call it. They're great games. And in Unleashed, in Unleashed and Generations, there were a lack of enemies as far as like the main enemies, and there were like a lack of variation between enemies in the game, because other than the Werehog aspect about that game, the enemies weren't the focus. The enemies, the focus of the game was gotta go motherfucking fast. And if you bought Sonic Forces thinking that gotta go fast is a goddamn anthem and the motto of that game, you're fucking wrong. The anthem and the motto of that game was character creation and trying something new, which I wouldn't have had a problem with if they not have packaged it as we're trying to make this game like Generations, which was not the case at all, which was upsetting because that's what I thought we were going to get from that game, and it's not. I wouldn't properly rate Sonic Forces because I haven't technically played it, but underwhelming, mediocre, and that's sad to say because I want these games. As I stated before, I don't know what it is about this slow decline of video games, like this whole less for more thing games have had going on within the past 2 years. Put in less content, or you do less than what you did in the previous content, and charge more for it. Oh, that's finished. Or have it to where games like Sonic Mania and Cuphead, which are $20 goddamn games, and make them feel like they're supposed to be, they should be more than that, $60 games. But I don't know, this is disappointing. Just thought I'd come out here and sniff this air and think about that. I'm trying to think what could have been done differently. I say, as far as what could have been done differently, what could be done differently in the future. Sonic, I hope you're listening. Side note, has nothing to do about this shit, but something that was funny is that they had the characters, the voice actors of Sonic, Shadow. They should have left Shadow out. He's like he's not even a three-dimensional character. He's there for the edge factor. But they had Shadow, Sonic, and Dr. Eggman come in, and they talked to people who were tweeting at them and like answer their questions in their characters' voices, which is pretty fucking cool. I like shit like that. But fucking what can be done about this game? How can we improve from here? As I say with any other game, take the content, go back, do research. If you forgot, if you got new directors, if you got a guest director, if you got a new team, go back to the previous games that were critically acclaimed, or games that were at like the peak of where y'all were, of what y'all were doing, and expand upon that. Don't take away. When it comes to Sonic Unleashed and when it comes to Sonic Generations, I really like those games because out of all the Sonic games that were made, the main theme of those games were gotta go. That's Sonic's thing now. That's what he says. That's what he's been saying. Well, he hasn't been saying, but that was the theme of Sonic since Sonic X, the 4Kids TV show, anime, or whatever. But that's what you should do. Expand upon that. Don't take away from that shit. You don't need to do that. That's not cool. Expand upon it. In Sonic Unleashed and in Sonic Generations, what you did that was good about those games is that you made those games feel like almost like a race car game. I was watching gameplay of Sonic Generations, and I was watching a gameplay of Sonic Generations, And there was the game, I think, that was from like Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure Battle 2, and it was the City Rush, the level where you're running from the truck. That game felt like such a fucking race car, like a race car game. It makes it feel like a race. The fact that you have to maneuver through the stages and like drift, and actually there's a reason for you using the boost, and like there's challenges to you going fast. Throw shit like that back in. Whatever y'all did with the Werehog shit, how y'all made it work, throw stuff like that back in. The music, Pop Step, I can't do it. I can't fuck with it. I couldn't bounce to it. And then it was almost like the music didn't know what direction it wanted to take. One minute it wanted to be Pop Step, and then the next minute it wanted to have like Infinite's edgy theme, which didn't even play during gameplay versus Infinite. I don't know. I don't even like that theme, but that was like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Music needs to be revamped. Go back to the cinematics of Unleashed and the cinematics of Generation. No. Just go back to the cinematics of Unleashed in 06. Even though 06 was a shitty packaged game, the cinematics in that game were great. Nobody can deny that shit. No one can deny that. Make story feel important. Make the game feel important. As far as like, in Forces there was free DLC and free story. You could play Shadow Story for free. I honestly don't see the point of free DLC. Like there's no point. When I think of downloadable content, of course I think of paid shit. If you're gonna do paid, you're either gonna go one way or don't do it at all. For free DLC, you could have had it to where like make 100%ing the game or getting all S ranks on all missions. Give me rewards for that. The shit that y'all had as free DLC, reward me for that. Throw it in the game as unlockable content, and then there's more value, there's more extra package to the game. Make your game harder, make the content more challenging, because give me my motherfucking $60 worth. Do it. That's what a lot of people are asking for. That's what I'm asking for personally when it comes to the Sonic game. I just really was disappointed. Whoever y'all got as Eggman, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but the voice actor of Eggman, motherfucker's been there since Sonic X. Keep him until that man farts out his last shit. Keep him in there he is Eggman, nobody else. Y'all can have as many Sonics as y'all want, honestly, or bring Jaleel White back if y'all want to. Make him say way past. Hell, for classic Sonic, instead of keeping a little bastard quiet the whole time, y'all could have brought back Jaleel White. That would have been fucking perfect. But yeah, keep Eggman in there. Don't take him out. He's a great addition to the Sonic voice cast. Anything else? I don't know. Not just Sonic, but video games in general. They've been lacking. They've been slacking a lot. And I seen Sonic Forces, and I was like, hot damn, man, that sucks. That sucks because I wanted to play that game, but it is what it is. You like Sonic Boom, or any of the other games that were like that, then that's for you. But overall, as far as Sonic Team, Sega Team, whatever the hell they're called, improving on their game, just go back and do research. Go back and do research, especially if you're trying to make money, especially if it's a business and you want people to keep coming back. Go back and do research on previous games. Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Adventure Battle 2, Sonic Generations, Sonic Riders, the first one, of course Sonic Mania. Find out what makes those games great, and then take from those and expand upon that universe. That's all you gotta do. And then the last thing, and I'm gonna get off this video, and this is for everybody, because everybody's been thinking it. Everybody has been thinking it. I'm thinking it. Rogue, Rouge. Is it Rouge or Rogue? I used to call it Rogue. It's Rouge. She's fucking sexy as a character. It is okay to make her tits revealing. Make them huger if you have to, because that's what everybody wants. That's what we're thinking. I don't have a problem with furries. I'm not a furry my goddamn self. I may or may have not beat off to a furry video in the past. That's honestly my personal business. But it is okay to do that. It is okay to have sexy furry characters. I mean, y'all already had Elise kiss Sonic, so y'all, we know y'all into that type of thing. So why not show a little ass? It's okay. Or I guess in this case, show some tits. Show some more tits. Rouge got ass too. Yeah, she does. That's it. That's all. Just sharing my thoughts on Forces. What I think about it. I'm just hoping in the future, because you don't. After seeing Sonic Mania, and then after seeing games like Mario Odyssey, which at first I had no intention of playing, and then I seen gameplay, it's like, you want your favorite game franchises to do good. Game franchises that you grew up on and shit like that. But when they do bad, or when they don't perform how you feel how you feel they should perform, you're gonna have problems. Same problems we have with Street Fighter, any Tekken, good God, all these other games. So that's my thoughts. That's my opinions. If you watched, if you made it all the way to this point of the video, I appreciate you for watching. Let me know in your comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about what you feel about this subject, about Sonic Forces. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you agree with all the other reviews that are out there? As far as like IGN, Otaku, Famitsu, and how they rated the game. Some people gave this game an 8.5. I don't know if I would go that crazy, but I also don't know if I would go as far as to give this game like a 2.5 or a 3. I don't know. Somewhere in between. I'd probably say 5, maybe 4.5, but that's about it. No higher, no lower. So that's me. This is Boskoff. You already know what it is, man. I'm out this bitch. I'm about to go do my damn thing and upload this video. Other than that, hey, y'all keep doing y'all goddamn thing. Make sure you keep them schlongs long, them clits tight, and I will see you to the hoes on the flip one.